The weather conditions probably caused the helicopter to slice through the crisp mountain air, with its rotors beating a rhythmic pulse against the backdrop of Iran's rugged terrain. Inside, a group of high-ranking Iranian officials were on a mission of national importance, including the president of Iran. The guess is that the weather had a large impact on the aircraft that may have spiraled out of control, its metal frame twisting under immense pressure. The once proud symbol of state authority was now a mangled wreck, crashing down onto the unforgiving earth. The impact sent shockwaves across the nation, shaking the very foundations of the Islamic Republic. News of the crash spread like wildfire, engulfing the nation in a blanket of grief and disbelief. The names of the deceased, released slowly, were familiar to every Iranian. The sense of collective mourning was palpable, transcending political divides and social strata. Among the victims of the crash were several high-ranking members of the Islamic government, the elite military force tasked with protecting the Islamic Republic and its values. The world was impacted with shockwaves of disbelief. The Iranian leader's influence extends beyond the military sphere, reaching into the economic, political, and social fabric of Iran. The presence of IRGC officials on the ill-fated helicopter points to the organization's expansive role. Their mission likely involved sensitive matters related to national security. The loss of senior IRGC figures in the crash dealt a heavy blow to the organization. The helicopter crash, with its profound impact on Iran's leadership, exposed the underlying tensions within Iranian society. The Islamic Republic, despite its outward appearance of unity, is a nation grappling with social and political divides. The crash, in its aftermath, had the potential to deepen these fissures, fueling discontent and challenging the regime's grip on power. One of the most significant cleavages within Iranian society is the divide between the ruling clerical establishment and a younger generation yearning for greater freedom and economic opportunity. The crash, by removing key figures from the political scene, could embolden those seeking change, those who view the current system as unresponsive to their needs and aspirations. The incident could potentially trigger a wave of activism, demanding greater political participation in social reforms. Another source of tension lies in the economic disparities that plague Iranian society. The gap between the wealthy elite, often associated with the ruling establishment, and the struggling masses has widened in recent years. The crash, with its potential to disrupt the existing power structure, could lead to calls for greater economic justice and a fairer distribution of resources. The incident could provide an opportunity for those marginalized by the system to voice their grievances and demand a more equitable share of the nation's wealth. The crash also highlighted the delicate balance between various factions within the Iranian government. The competition between hardliners, staunch defenders of the Islamic Revolution's ideals, and moderates seeking greater engagement with the outside world has long shaped Iran's political landscape. The crash, by removing key figures from both sides of the spectrum, could upset this delicate equilibrium, potentially leading to a power struggle between competing factions. The incident could embolden hardliners, seeking to consolidate their power and resist any calls for reform.